Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty, the Crappy Crafter. Today we're going to be working with a project that I got from Five Below. It's a resin project from Five Below for $5. It wasn't even $5.25 or $5 beyond. It was $5. So it's a resin pouring art set. It looks like it comes with a 2-to-1 ratio resin. It conforms to things, it contains composite wood. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think it actually says it has everything you need, but it actually kind of looks like it does. So let's get right into it. Alright, let's see what we get inside. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait. Let's look at how that board looks on the back. That looks so cool. Instructions. What? Is that the board? That's the board, isn't it? Oh, that looks horrible. The cavities are so tiny and so far apart. What were they thinking? Oh well. Stirring implements. A cup. The resin. And it's a 2-to-1 resin, which is cool. Blue pigment. Red pigment. That little white package is gloves that I am not going to use because I tried putting them on and they are awful. They were really hard to put on. So it doesn't have everything you need. It recommends a hairdryer. I'm not going to bother with that. Ugh, this cup is horrible. How are you supposed to stir anything in that? Nah. The gloves. My gloves. And let's get into, really getting into this. I'm not going to bother measuring because theoretically, there are the proper measurements already. One of them was 50, the other one was 25, so that's a 2-to-1 ratio. We're going to stir gently. Remember that this is on 2x speed. We're going to stir gently for 5 minutes, scraping the bottom and the sides often and frequently. I know they both mean the same thing, but still, a lot. So much stirring. I hit it with the torch frequently because it helps warm it up, get rid of bubbles, and the warmer it is, the thinner it is, and I like thin resin to pour. I'm not really worried about bubbles in this actually because there's going to be glitter, so whatever, we'll see. I'm gonna dish out equal measurements-ish. And then I'll just put a few drops of red in one, a few drops of blue in one, some glitter in one, and then we'll go from there. I think I end up putting 4 drops of each of the colors in each cup. Like a quarter of the packet of the glitter. Stir it really good, which I didn't do. If you look really closely, you can see how it is not quite stirred up as well as it could be. There are some streaks. You're probably wondering why it said that you should have a hairdryer, and that is to blow off any surface bubbles that you find later, which I have already determined I don't really care about. I'm gonna try to make each cavity different from the others. And of course I'm going to drip on it, which it quite specifically said in the instructions, don't get it anywhere except inside the cavities. So now we can see why, because it looks like crap. It is an unfinished particle board. It is just, it likes to soak things up. When I'm done with this, there will be edges on every one of these, and they're not going to be nice edges. There is, and I will mention this later again, there is almost the perfect amount of resin for this project. It is so close to being perfect. Honestly, it's a lot better than a lot of kits that I get online. Measurement-wise, that is, anyway. And I'm only going to let this cure for about 36 hours before I show it to you, but it's not being demolded, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, this just looks, it already looks awful. But, and you know what? It is what it is. Here it is, 36 hours later, and, you know, the glitter is nice. It all sank to the bottom as I figured it would. But look at those edges. They're just so... Some of them feel downright sharp. I should have taken a bit of sandpaper to the edges. Well, that is super underwhelming. It had such potential. It had so much potential. There was just exactly the right amount of resin to use in all of the cavities. However, the cavities are so small and so far apart from each other. I'm going to show you the box again. Look at that. That does not look like this. No, these cavities are super, super tiny. And I understand they wanted a significantly sized piece of wood for this, but they could have done one of two things. Now, I'm pretty sure they probably wouldn't have gone out to get more resin for the kit, but what they could have done was they could have made these the same size and just pushed them all closer together. It could have been like half the, maybe a third the size, you know, and it would have looked so much better. I'm super disappointed, even for $5. But you know what? It is what it is. And also, what was, I didn't look to see what the actual dyeing stuff was, the liquid. But tell me that doesn't look like wax. That totally looks like wax, doesn't it? With the way it's dripped here, it looks like wax, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm not impressed. I mean, go for it. This much resin for $5 is not a bad deal, but this board is just crap. This is just a crap piece of board. But the resin is nice. The resin was supposed to cure in 24 hours and be fully cured in 72 hours. But would not buy again. That's my thing. I don't know if it necessarily goes in the trash. Like I said, that's a good deal for the amount of resin that you get for $5, but I don't think I'd do it again. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't get this kit. It is from Five Below, so you know, you get what you pay for, but still. Anyways, thanks so much for visiting, and I'll see you next week. Stay safe.